Good day, everybody. We're going to be doing another day of compositions. Okay, so first of all, I want to point out a couple of things. One is this little circle. So if we go down to over here, when it gives you order in words, this says reflect over the x-axis followed by reflection over the y-axis. So the R's are either rotation or reflection. You know the difference if by the subscript. If it says x-axis or y-axis, that's definitely reflection. If it gives you a degree, it's automatically rotation. Capital R, lowercase r, it doesn't really matter. But in this case, you see how it says in words, do this followed by this? This will be the first thing you do. This will be the second thing you do. So if they say it in words, you follow the words. However, if you have this circle right here, that means of. This says do the reflection over the x-axis of the reflection over the y-axis. You can't do a reflection of something unless you have that first. So this will be the first action. This will be the second action. So when it has this circle right here, you're going to go backwards. So the first action is reflect over the y-axis. And the second action is to reflect over the x-axis. So you're going to have to go backwards on that. All right, so let's actually do number one. So once you got that little bit of notes out of the way, number one. So reflect over the x-axis of the reflection over the y-axis. We have to go backwards because that's circle. So we have to reflect over the y-axis, then we get to reflect over the x-axis. That circle means to go backwards. So we have these points plotted. So I want you to reflect over the y-axis first. So where's the y-axis? That would be this right here. Take each individual point and reflect over there. So pause the video and see if you can reflect that correctly. All right, you should have gotten, so R was already on the line. So when you reflect it, it's still on the line. T, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops. I blinked, so I have to recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so right there, that's T. And A, that's 8 hops. So 8 more hops. Boom. And that is letter A. All right, I connect the dots. So this was the original, and this is the first action. Okay, now the second thing is to take this picture and reflect over the x-axis. So here's the x-axis, reflect each point over the x-axis, pause the video, and see if you guys can get that. Let's see if you got it right. A is 1 hop away, go 1 more hop, and there's my new A. T is 5 hops away, so go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hops away, and that's letter T. And that right there is your second action. So this should be the final answer right there. And that is your second action. Okay, so where were the locations of those points? R, so I like to physically cover up the other ones so I'm not tempted to find those. Very common mistake. R is still 0, 0. Your A was -8, +1. Oh, sorry, -1, because you went down. And T is -5, -5. Excellent. Now I want to double check that I got this right. So I personally, if you're happy with that, go for it. But I personally want to make sure I get everything right. So I'm going to do this again by using a chart. So we had our points, R, A, and T. Those were at 0, 0, 8, 1, and 5, 5. Okay. The first thing they said to do was reflect over the y-axis. And when you reflect over the y-axis, the y stays exactly the same. Ooh, check this out. Ooh, that was in the wrong spot. Didn't even notice that before, but I lucked out when I flipped it over. All right, so, but that would have been if I accidentally had 6, I would have been down here at 6, but I knew it was supposed to be 5. So I lucked out there. Okay, your height is supposed to be the same when you reflect. So that the y is supposed to, when you're reflecting over the y-axis, your y stays the same. Your x turns negative. All right, so all of our x's should flip the sign. And that's -8 and that's -5. and all your y's stay the same. That's that one. And then the other thing they told us to do was reflect over the x-axis. So your x's stay the same. So when I flipped over that, your x stayed the same. The height, the tallness is the thing that changed. So so the y flips the sign. So it'd be negative y. So I'm going to take this picture right here, or sorry, these coordinates here. So all of your x's stay exactly the same at this moment, and all your y's flip the sign. And is that exactly what I got? Yes. So I lucked out there. I might have messed up before if I'd actually counted that and actually went 6, but doing the chart is what really caught my mistake. Excellent. All right, so we have that part, and then the next thing they said to do is what transformations to use, and what was a single transformation to get from 0 to 2. Well, what did we do? We reflected these. So we did we did reflections. We did 2 reflections. Now, what would be a faster way to get from 0 to 2? So what would be a faster way to do that? And a faster way would be that I rotated around this. That was a faster way. So when I turn that around, and what you could do is, if you're really not sure about that, you can actually trace it. And this was R, and this is T, and this is A. And you would just try random stuff, and I can kind of see the outline of this. So in case I need to reflect it, where A was over here. See, A is still in that same spot. Your R is right here, and your T is right here. Okay, so reflecting doesn't work because there's my R, but my A should be and my T would be there, so that doesn't work like that. Nope, can't do that. But I can rotate. Boop, boop. And what I did was I rotated 180 degrees. So that would be a faster thing I could have done. Rotate 180 degrees. And how did I do that? I just did a scratch sheet of paper, and on the complete other side, I made sure I had the letters still in the same spot, and then I just tried stuff with a scratch sheet of paper until I got it right. All right, let's go ahead and do number 2. All right, so on number 2, it has that circle thing again. So this will be your first action, and this will be your second action. This will be your first, that'll be your second. All right, so the first thing we need to do is translate positive 1, negative 7, and then the second action is to translate positive 6, positive 0. Okay, so what we're going to do is take this picture. I want you to go positive 1, so 1 to the right, negative 1, 1 down. Oh, that's supposed to be 7. That would have sucked. But we fixed that. Okay, so that's 7. All right, so go positive 1, negative 7. Go ahead and pause the video, and everyone give that a try. All right, let's see if you guys got that right. So positive 1, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's my H. And then T is positive 1, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's your T. And then positive 1, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's your O. So this is my original, and this is my first action. The next thing they told us to do was to translate positive 6, positive 0. So anytime I have a 0, I always put X and Y. So is it going up 6 or is it going right 6? The 6 is with an X, so X is this way, so we're going to be going right positive 6 hops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's H. T would be right here. And O, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is my O. And that's going to be my final answer. Now, let's go ahead and write our coordinates in here. So let's write our coordinates. Where did H actually land? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's positive 6, negative 1, 2. And then my O, that is positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, negative 6, and this is wrong, by the way. I am wrong. No, this is incorrect. I accidentally give you t, but I haven't noticed that yet. But this is incorrect. And my o, that is, my t, because I'm wrong, is 2 negative, so positive 2, negative 2. And this is incorrect. I am wrong. This is wrong, but I haven't noticed that yet. So this is wrong, and I'm going to go ahead and cover that up so you know that I recognize that that is incorrect. All right, so we're going to make sure that we're going to go ahead and double check this. We're going to double check this, and I'm going to go ahead and make a little chart right here. I'm double checking my answer. I know this picture is right. I feel really good about this, but I haven't recognized that I accidentally have these two coordinates backwards. So I'm double checking myself. So H, O, and T, and they were at negative 1, 5, negative 5, 1, and negative 1, 1. I'm going to go positive 1, negative 7, and then after that I'm doing positive 6, 0. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. All right, I'm taking all of these coordinates. I'm taking all of my x's right here. Take all those x's and I'm going to add 1. So we have negative 5 plus 1, negative 5, so negative 1 plus 1, negative 5 plus 1, and negative 1 plus 1. And we have 0, negative 4, and 0. Now take all the y's and we're going to subtract 7. So we have 5 minus 7, 1 minus 7, and 1 minus 7. And we have negative 2, negative 6, and negative 6. Okay, then I'm going to take this and I'm going to add 6 to the x's and add 0 to the y's. All right, let's give that a try. So 0 plus 6, negative 4 plus 6, and 0 plus 6. And we have 6, 2, and 6, and all the y's are going to stay the same because adding 0 doesn't do anything. So that's negative 2, negative 6, and negative 6. Is everything correct? Oh no, I accidentally had these two backwards and I caught my mistake. It's a very common mistake of when you're putting down the coordinates, you have the picture right, but you put the coordinates in the wrong spot. So this was supposed to be, and this at least had me go double check that something's wrong. So this is supposed to be 2 and that's still negative 6. And this is supposed to be 6 and that's negative 6. Okay, so right there, and also on top of that, I actually had two right here. It was supposed to be 6, so I was able to catch all my mistakes right there. So that is a really nice thing to do, is to double check by using the chart. Okay, and keep going. Transformations. What transformations did you use? We translated, so we used translation. And what was a faster route to get there? Okay, what was a faster route to get from 0 to 2? Well, all I did was, if I take this picture, where this is H, this is O, and this is T, we can ignore this. Okay, what was a faster way to get from here to here? Just slide it over, right? We just slid it. So how much did we slide? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we translated 7, and then we went down negative 7. And if you look at this, we said 7, negative 7. If you look at this, what's 1 plus 6? That's positive 7. What's negative 7 plus 0? That's negative 7. So basically, if you did two translations, you just add those two together. All right, let's keep going. All right, number 3. So on number 3, first of all, there was a typo. Can everyone make sure that you change that to C if it's not already changed? So make sure that says C. Okay, on this, we're just going to go in order. The first thing we have to do is reflect over the x-axis. So here's this center. So this is the x-axis. So I want you to take this and flip it over, over the x-axis. So pause the video and flip each coordinate. All right, your C, that's 2 hops, so go 2 more hops. Your A, that is 7 hops, go 7 more hops. In your T, that is 4 hops, go 1, 2, 3, 4 more hops, and that is your T. So that's your original, and this is your first action. Excellent. Now take, so 0 turned into 1, now take 1, and you are going to reflect it over the y-axis. So take all these coordinates and reflect over the y-axis. So pause the video and reflect those points. Let's see if you guys got that right. That's 1 hop, 1 more hop. There's your C. Your T is 8 hops. Go 8 more hops. And your A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your A. And where are all those coordinates? Your C is -1, -2. Your T is -8, -4. Oh, T, -8, -4. And your A was -5, -7. All right. So I'm pretty sure I have everything right, but I could have easily have done something wrong. So I'm just going to do this one more time just to double check my answers. So I'm going to make a little chart. So C, A, and T. I'm technically done, but I'm just double checking myself. So they said so original coordinates 1, 2, 5, 7, and 8, 4. They said to reflect over the x-axis. Right over here because I didn't give myself enough room. So that means your x stays the same and your y. So when you reflect this over the x-axis, it was the y that changed. So that'd be a -y. All right, let's double check. We get all your x's stay the same and all your y's just change the signs. That looks legit so far. +8, -4, yep. Okay, and then we're going to reflect over the y-axis. So when we do that, your y-axis, your y's all stay the same. Your x's are the ones that changed because you went from left to right. So that would be -x. So -x, y. So your x's all change the sign. So -1, -5, -8. And your y's are still -2, -7, and -4. Okay, double check. Are all these answers the same thing as that? Yes, they are. I feel really good about this. Awesome. I got it right. I got the same answers twice now. Okay. And then the transformations. What transformations did you use? We reflected and we reflected again. So reflections. And what was a faster way to get from here to here? So going straight from 0 to 2. So going from 0 to 2. So using my scratch paper. Okay, so using the scratch paper, I have, this is C, this is A, this is T. All right, let's see. Does it slide over to get here? No, the letters are not in the right spot. All right, I'm going to zoom in a little more. So that doesn't work. All right, how about a reflection of some sort? Oops, I didn't write anything on the back, so I'll just outline that. Where this was T, this was A, and C was at the corner. Boom. Okay, if I reflect that, C's right about there, but this would be T over here, so that doesn't work. And how about a rotation? You always want to go against the clock. So I want to put this at the center, and I want to move against clock. I want to go towards 11, 10, 9. So boop, that is 90. Boop, that's 180. That works. There's C, there's T, and there's A. Yep, that works. So a faster way to get here is rotate by 180 degrees. And that's answer 3. All right, let's do this again. Number 4. On this one, this is the first answer. This is the first thing we're gonna do. This is the second action. Take each of the coordinates. The first thing they said was to reflect over, to translate 0, 4. So that, are we going right 4 or are we going up 4? If I write XY here, that means I'm going up 4 hops. So now I'm going to do this in pencil because I already know what's going to happen, and you should always use your pencil. So if I take G and I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, R is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 for I, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for M. Everything's kind of on top of each other, which doesn't hurt anything, but it's going to make our lives a little tougher later. And then the next thing they said was to reflect over y equals 2. So find y and find 2, which is right here. Here's y. So here's 0, 0, 1, 2. Oh no, do you guys see this? When we reflect this, it's going to land on itself. So we're having a little trouble. Everything's going to land like this. I is going to be right here. R is going to be up here. G is like up here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Everything's so on top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like this, and it's kind of hard to like figure out where the points go. So I'm actually going to start this over again so that you can see another way how to do this. So with the way that we were just doing, it does work if you use different colors. You start with a light color, such as pencil, or yellow, something really light, and then you keep getting darker the more things you do. So the last step would probably be in dark blue pen, so it can stand out more. But I'm going to show you another way how to do this. So another way to do this is just to do 1 point at a time. Just do a single point at a time and do all the actions. So I was already having trouble, so I'm going to just redo this. So this is 1, 2. So that I'm going to reflect over this line. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take G. I'm going to take G, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it up 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm right here. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to reflect over y equals 2. So that is 1, 2, 3 hops. Go 1, 2, 3 hops. And I landed right here. So this is my G. So I'm just doing both actions in one space. Okay, I'm going to do this again. Now let's look at R. R, I'm going to move it up 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first action. I'm just not drawing it. Then I need to reflect. 1 hop, 1 hop. And there's R. Okay, and now let's take I. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 4 hops away. So I went up 4. And now, how far are you away from this reflection line? That's 1 hop. Go 1 more hop. And there's my I. And then M. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4 hops. Now take this, and we're going to reflect over the line. So that is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that was where M landed. All right, and that is our final answer right there. So that was just a lot easier to figure out what I was doing. I just erased the other one and just started over again. So pencil is very important on this. Okay, so where were the coordinates landed? So here's the real 0, 0 right there. Where is each coordinate? So the each coordinate, the G, that is -4, +5. Your R, that is -1, 2, 3. So -3, +1, 2, 3. So -3, +3. Okay, and then where is your the letter I? That is -1, +1. And your M, that is -1, 2, +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So -2, +5. Fabulous. Okay, there was a lot of stuff that happened right there, so I want to double check that I got this right. So we have this space down here, so I'm actually going to put the chart down here, so I'm just double checking. So we had G, R, I, and M.